Justice Clarence Thomas cast his first vote in a sexual harassment case since joining the Supreme Court. A Japanese businessman is murdered in Southern California. Police say he may have been a victim of racial hatred. And Eye on America. Tonight, why Americans are working more and relaxing less. This is the CBS Evening News. Good evening. Dan Rather reporting. In a ruling handed down today, the U.S. Supreme Court is providing a new weapon in the fight against sexual harassment in the nation's schools. CBS News law correspondent Rita Braver explains the ruling and how it could teach school officials a lesson they'll never forget.
The court said students like Christine Franklin, who claim they are sexually harassed at school, can sue to collect monetary damages. Franklin charges that school officials at North Gwinnett High outside Atlanta either ignored or intimidated her when she complained that in 1987 a coach forced her to have sex with him.
He just locked the door. He didn't say anything.
And you didn't know what to do?
I didn't know what to do.
North Gwinnett High, backed by the Bush administration, had argued that Franklin was not entitled to damages, that the federal law that prohibits discrimination in public schools did not allow monetary compensation for victims. But today, all 9 members of the Supreme Court rejected the Bush administration line, even Clarence Thomas. His views had been the subject of great speculation in the wake of Anita Hill's charges of sexual harassment against him.
And women's groups predict schools will now work to prevent harassment and other forms of discrimination rather than risk huge damage awards.
Today's decision was a great victory for women and girls in this country, without a price tag on discrimination. Unfortunately, all too often, schools don't look at their own policies, and they don't try to stop it before it ever happens.
Indeed, Gwinnett County says that's the problem with the decision.
We can see there could be possibly very adverse economic consequences, not only for our school system, but for school systems across the country. That school systems may have to spend a lot of money in defense of these kinds of Title IX discrimination suits.
But she's still paying for what happened to her at North Gwinnett High.
I'm not comfortable out in public and meeting new people. I have nightmares over and over again.
And she's now expected to go back to court seeking millions in damages. Rita Braver, CBS News at the Supreme Court.
The Supreme Court of Ireland has cleared the way for a teenager who says she was raped to get an abortion. Even some who support Ireland's official state ban on abortion welcome this decision as humanitarian. But as Tom Fenton reports tonight, the case leaves many painful questions unanswered.
The news hit the streets just hours after the court's decision. The 14-year-old rape victim is free to leave the country to seek an abortion outside of Ireland. No recent case has aroused so much emotion in this overwhelmingly Catholic country. Thousands rallied to the girl's side when the state barred her from leaving Ireland for 9 months to enforce a constitutional ban on abortion. Campaigners for a more liberal law were delighted.
I think that there's probably a sense of relief throughout the country on the lifting of the injunction, and I would think that very many women will be relieved. Women who would find themselves in a similar situation facing a crisis pregnancy will be relieved.
The court decision gives the politicians a way out of an issue they would rather not face.
The injunction has been lifted, the uncertainty has been taken away, and the family are now free, and the girl is now free to make their own decisions.
But despite today's ruling, the constitutional ban on abortion still stands.
The actual reality on the ground here is that abortion is illegal, and we voted for that in 1983, and there is no evidence that the people have changed their mind.
This is probably a temporary arrangement to facilitate this young girl, but I just wonder what it means for the women of Ireland in general.
The young rape victim is expected